everyone. My name is Jaya and I am a maternity community champion at Goulburn Venture Centre. Yeah. And each week, actually I should introduce to you my special guest. This is my special guest over here. Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell them what your name is before we move on. Oh, no one's going to hear you.
Phoenix!
Oh, perfect. So we've got Phoenix here with us today, my 4-year-old son. And can you tell them what story we're telling today, Phoenix? Can you introduce the story? Say it really loud so that everyone can hear. What story are we telling today?
Bobby and the Mountains!
Fantastic! I'm sure everyone heard that. He said, just in case you didn't hear, Bobby and the brown thing. Now this is one of Phoenix. Is this one of your favourite stories? Is it one of your favourite stories? Yeah? Okay. All right. So every week I'm going to be telling you stories, imaginative stories that I have created with my son, or I will be telling traditional stories, perhaps with a tiny spin on it to make it a bit unique. I will also be delivering parent and baby yoga sessions with families, so keep an eye, watch the space, look at our social media channels to participate in our parent and baby yoga sessions and storytelling sessions every week, and it's free for our community. Don't take my hands free off, Nene, please. Otherwise they can't hear us. All right, so let's sing the hello song. We're ready to start. Join in with us. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello. Hello.
Phoenix!
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello.
Hello!
Once upon a time, there was a family. And this family were a great big family that consisted of Mum and her 6 children. Now you know that playtime in this household must have been very, very exciting. 6 children, 6 siblings, 6 brothers and sisters. They probably used to drive their mother insane. Imagine. So, in this great big family, lived in a great big house. Beautiful house. Lots of toys, lots of bedrooms, and lots of space to have fun in. I mean, the passageway was so long you could ride on your scooter or your bike. It was amazing. It was like a golf course. It was an amazing place to grow up in. The children loved it. On this particular day, Bobby and his big sister Janelle were going to school together. Janelle was going to take Bobby to his very first session of gymnastics. He was so excited to do this session because he always admired his big sister Janelle. She was an absolute expert in gymnastics. Janelle, the big sister. No, the big sister Janelle. She was really, really flexible. She could do all of these stretchy, flexible postures really great. She could walk her balancing beam with a finger on her nose or her arm stretched out wide. She was just so awesome.
Look.
Oh, that's amazing, Phoenix. Very stretchy. And I guess Bobby really wanted to be a lot like his big sister, Janelle. So they took their usual route to school through the park. This was a park where they spent most of their summers, really. They created really beautiful memories. This was the park where Bobby learnt how to climb the monkey bars. You know, these were the first monkey bars that Bobby had ever climbed in his whole life. And all of his brothers and sisters shared the same experience. Because it was their local park, it's where they had most of their very first experiences.
Me. climb.
The monkey bars in Raven, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had lots of memories that they cherished. They walked through this park that they knew very well. This park had gargantuan trees with beautiful green leaves, and in autumn time, the leaves would turn to red, green, yellow and orange. It was such a pretty place to be. It was like leaf paradise.
And red and orange.
Absolutely.
And
red
blue
and blue.
and purple.
Wow. So they continued to walk through
And
the park.
dark blue.
Yes, they continue. Let's get them to school now, yes?
Okay.
They walked through the park, and just outside the park was Elmwood Primary School. This school was huge. It was massive. And do you know why Bobby thought it was so massive? Well, because Bobby was a teeny weeny little boy, you could just imagine everything looked big to Bobby because he was only a little bit, he was only a tickle, ickle bit small. He was a small boy. So everything was huge, right? So Janelle walked Bobby upstairs to the gymnasium. They both went inside and Bobby was flabbergasted. His jaw dropped open. He saw teachers demonstrating the most remarkable movements that he had ever seen in his life. There were teachers walking narrow beams. There were some doing box splits, some doing traditional splits, some doing very fast tumbles and roly-polies. It was just amazing. His classmates were there as well, just having so much fun. It was an amazing sight, very kinetic. There was everything going on in this room. So Janelle encouraged Bobby to go ahead, go inside and have a look at which activity he would like to participate in. And Bobby knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to do roly-polies just like his big sister had shown him at home. So he found the section for roly-polies in the hall and he stood in the queue. Whilst he was waiting in the queue, he started to feel a very strange feeling in his tummy. And the queue was going down, which meant that Bobby was getting closer and closer to the front of the queue. But this feeling in his tummy wouldn't go away. I kind of want to describe to you what this feeling was. It was a bit painful, actually. It was kind of like a cross between butterflies, having butterflies in your tummy, and like a monster. It was really, really uncomfortable. It went a bit like this. There was a rumble and a tumble and a tumble and a rumble and a rumble and a tumble and a tumble and a rumble and a rumble. Oh, that's what it was like in Bobby's belly. So just imagine, he felt really anxious because he knew he had to perform. This was his moment. He was coming to the front of the queue and he would have to show all of his classmates, all of his peers and his teachers and his big sister Janelle how awesome he was at doing his roly-poly. But how could he focus when he had this rumble and the tumble and the tumble and the rumble and the rumble and the tumble and the rumble and the tumble. Join in with me. A rumble and the tumble and the tumble and the rumble and the rumble and the tumble and the tumble and the grumble. Now he was at the front of the queue. It was his turn now to show his amazing roly-poly. Here we go. He had to put that rumble and a grumble and a tumble to one side because he was going, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a... He did a... Oh. There was a funny sound. Bobby looked around to see if anyone else had noticed this squishy sound that came out of his bottom. And he could see that no one was looking at him strangely, so perhaps it was just Bobby that heard and felt this thing. Oh. Everything was still going on in the gymnastics hall, so Bobby just decided to continue with the session, even though as he walked, his bottom was feeling a little bit squishy. it would sound like this. Squelch, squat, squelch, squat, squelch, down. It sounded really awful, and it felt really slippery down there. But like I said, so much going on. Bobby wanted to get on and pretend as though nothing had happened, and that is exactly what he did. He decided to take part in all the other activities and have the time of his life. It came towards the end of the session. Well, it now was the end of the session. Janelle, Bobby's big sister, said, "All right, Bobby, time for us to go home. Careful, time for us to go home. Get ready." And so they did. Off they went on their journey home. They walked through the park, the well-known park where they had shared many memories of climbing the monkey bars for the very first time, swinging on the swings for the first time, smelling the green, earthy smell when it was a windy day, and the lovely fragrant flowers in the air. Oh, it was a good day. They exited the park and walked towards St. Bernard's Close, which is where their great big house was. Janelle had keys. She opened the door to their home and they walked in. Bobby's brothers and sisters were really excited upon his arrival. They said, "Bobby, Bobby, Bobby, show us what you learned. Show us what you learned. Please, show us. Come on, we want to see. We want to know. Come on, Bobby, show us. Come into the sitting room. Bobby, come on quickly. What did you learn? What did you learn, Bobby? Show us." And Bobby felt really, really, really excited because his brothers and sisters were championing him to show them what he had learned. It was another special moment, a little bit like when he was in the gymnastics hall. So in the sitting room, there was a great big Moroccan rug. This rug was his mother's absolute favourite rug. So he stood in front of the rug with his siblings around, waiting for him to show them something really special. And he decided to do a great big roly-poly. He counted himself in. 1, 2, 3. And then he went, Oh, Bobby, his brothers and sisters said. "Bobby, what's that? Bobby, what's that on your bottom? Bobby, what's that brown thing on your bottom?" Bobby, in that moment, had a flashback. He had a flashback of when he was in his gym session earlier on in the day, and he had a rumble in his tumble and a grumble in his tumble, and when he did his roly-poly, there was a sound that sounded like this. So after that flashback, he looked around, and his brothers and sisters were still wanting to know, "Bobby, what is that at the back of your pants? That is gross, and it's brown. Bobby, Mum, quickly, Bobby's got a brown thing on his pants." So Bobby's mum came over. "Bobby, darling, Bobby, can you come over here, please?" Bobby walked over to his mum with his head hung down low. He felt really embarrassed. "Bobby, darling, what happened today was an accident, wasn't it?" Bobby nodded his head. "Bobby, did you get any kind of feeling in your tummy that was telling you needed to go to the toilet today?" Bobby nodded his head. "Bobby, darling, it's really important that when you get the feeling in your tummy, that you must listen, because it's trying to tell you that it's time." Let's let them listen to the story a minute. "It's time for you to go to the toilet. And if you don't listen to that rumble in your tummy, then you might have an accident, a very embarrassing accident. So it's best to listen to your tummy and go to the toilet as soon as you can. Okay?" "Yes, Mummy." Right, guys, so the moral of that story, I'll tell you again in a minute. So the moral of that story is that when you go, well, everyone has accidents. You know, we've had lots of accidents in our lives, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we just have to get better at listening and feeling that feeling in our tummies, in our bodies, that's given us an indication of when we need to go to the toilet. Really important to listen so we can avoid messy moments like what Bobby had. And that's why the story is called Bobby and the Brown Thing. And now we have a riddle for you as we come to the end of storytelling session. We have a riddle. No, but I'm going to do another session with you after this, okay? So the riddle today is, what breaks each day and doesn't need mending? I'll say it again. What breaks each day but never needs mending? Have a think. Wait, don't tell us yet. Below this video, I'd like for you to post the answer and we are going to give you a shout out in the next session. All right, guys, it's time to sing the goodbye song.
Another.
Let's sing the goodbye song and then we do more stories after. I also encourage you guys to get creative, perhaps tell some imaginative stories to your family members, exchange, do it for each other and have fun. Oops, we don't touch that, Phoenix. Have fun with it, okay? And also share your experiences with us. Tell me what you thought about it, whether it worked for you guys. And if you feel a little bit nervous, Phoenix, don't jump, okay? If you feel a little bit nervous, you can start off with traditional stories and just get a bit creative with the narrative. So you'll know the narrative of the traditional stories off by heart, and maybe you could create a bit of a twist to it so you get comfortable with telling stories without actually reading from a book. And then, you know, you can explore completely new stories that you've created based on experiences that you've had with your children. That's how we kind of... that's how these sessions derived. These stories are stories about my family experiences, and now look, we're sharing them with you. Okay, guys, did we sing the goodbye song? No? Okay, here we go. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. It's time to say goodbye.
Again.
Bye, guys. Again? Goodbye, everyone.
Not again.
Not again? Okay, he says not again. All right. Peace, guys. Take care.
Not again.